Hello everyone, welcome back to Consultant Chronicle. My name is Mark Thompson.
And I'm Scott Thibodeau.
Today I wanted to talk about not starting your own business. 5 reasons for not starting your own business. What do you think of that?
I think that's an interesting subject, especially considering you are a consultant and technically you do have your own business.
Correct.
So, yeah, I'm curious, why would we have an episode about that?
In a previous episode, when we talked about pros and cons of consulting and so forth, and I touched on this a little bit. But having your own business is not for everyone.
Sure.
I wanted to review and get people to think a little bit. 5 reasons for not starting your own business, and I think people assume that it's total freedom, you make all the money you want, and so on and so on. But reality sets in, and I wanted to talk about that briefly.
Okay. So I bet you've probably got a few topics you're going to bring up here.
Yeah, I wrote some notes here, and I wanted to make sure I cover it. For example, the first one, no guarantees. Okay? Hours. Now, your hours are a little bit more predictable than mine. And there's no guarantee that I'm actually going to get time for vacation. There's no guarantee that next week I'll be working.
Sure.
There's no guarantee that I will be employed 3 months from now. There are no guarantees in life, however.
Yeah. You always have to be kind of looking ahead, always,
Yes.
right? Keep something in the pipeline and keep things moving ahead so that you do have a constant supply of work.
Right.
Right.
All right, so number 2, longer hours than most jobs.
Mm-hmm.
And we work at home. We work when we're on the road. We work while we're driving.
Yeah.
We are working while we're on the plane. And if we go to bed 11 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning, it's because we're working. It's not because the people who own their own business are trying to catch up on their latest videos or watch Netflix. Okay? So longer hours, we may be more productive, but yet longer hours is quite the norm.
How about number 3? This mentions about mistakes. What about that?
You know, when you make a mistake at your current job, at your employer, it's evaluated. You know, we learn from our mistakes.
Sure.
We get a pat on the back, shake hands, apologize, whatever the situation entails, and then we move on. Every mistake we make, or a business owner, not just for the independent consultant, but every mistake a business owner makes can be their very last. They are responsible for it. They own that mistake. They may own the success, but they own the mistake as well.
Certainly. Certainly.
Number 4, your social circle can get smaller. So your social network, instead of it expanding, it actually recedes in many cases.
Yeah. It gets refocused, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. It does.
So the things that
Yeah.
you might have done more so for entertainment or pleasure kind of take the back seat sometimes.
Yeah, but I think we could look at Facebook versus LinkedIn. Where would I spend most of my time? If I had a choice, it would be LinkedIn. It's a different network. It's a different social network. Sure.
Sure. Now, what about the income part? I mean, there's a lot of people say, "Oh, I'm going to go into business because I can make, I'm not going to be limited to what my boss says I can make. I can set my own pricing, and I can charge what I really would like and what I'm worth."
It's quite common for the first 3 years that you're not making the income that you expected.
3 years?
Yes, it's very common. It's not a number that I'm pulling out of the air. It's quite common. 3 years can go by and you have not gained that traction to get the constant revenue, the constant income there. It's all depends really where you started. Did you start with your network, with your existing network, and so forth? But if you're starting from scratch, 3 to 5 years, and in that time period, people are going to close up shop. They're going to go back and get another job.
Yeah, I can see that because people might make some assumptions that, oh, I'm gonna make this much right out of the gate and plan on income that really won't materialize.
There are some circles, there's some articles and books that have been written, and they say you make 1/10 of the income that you're used to making from an employer. Very surprising, but I can see that. But to equal or to surpass the money that you've been making, you have to put the time in. So you could see where it goes back to number 4 on our notes here. Number 4, where your social circle gets small. Why? Because you're working longer hours just to stay on par with the money that you used to make from your prior employer. It's common. It's common.
Right.
So it sounds like a downer. I'm here talking about reasons why you shouldn't start your business. I'm just stating some reality here.
Right.
So it's not for everyone, but there are pros and cons, and I'm just talking about the reality that says be prepared. It's not for everyone. Think about these 5 items before you call it quits.
Right. And if we had to summarize those 5 items again, Mark mentioned there's no guarantees. Longer working hours than you might experience in your regular job. Mistakes could be very, very critical, costly in your business environment. Social circles will change. Relationships will change as well with regard to the business environment. And possibly the income picture may be totally different than what you're anticipating and could have an effect on things as well.
Yes.
Is that about to sum it up?
That is absolutely correct. So, anyway, I wanted to pick on you for a minute. I'm hoping that our next few episodes you'll be around and we get together. One of the things I was thinking is in a future episode in your travels, we'll do a Skype call.
That sounds great.
And it should be interesting as well.
So which one of us will be remote? Will you be in Florida or the beach?
I don't see any travel plans in sight anytime soon, so I'm going to stay put. So,
okay.
All right. Anyway, it's good to have you back. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching Consultant Chronicle. We'll see you soon. I'm Mark Thompson.
And I'm Scott.